love it. He's your favorite. Yeah, it is. So, ugh. It's 9:30 in the morning. I've been up since 8-ish. I laid in bed for a little bit. And I got up and made myself some breakfast. Well, I ate. The baby needed to eat, so that's why I laid in bed forever. I laid in bed till like around 8:30, almost 9 o'clock. And then I made myself some breakfast. Now it's almost 9:30. Hold on, give me 1 second. Ugh. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. See, I slept so good. Yesterday we were out for a good amount of the day. We went grocery shopping, and then I went to a couple stores, and I took her with me because when she's out in public, she's up and she's always aware and things like that. So I like taking her out so that she can be paying attention to things outside, and then she'll end up sleeping really good at night. Right, boo boo? Right, boo boo? So last night she slept so good. She was out. She was so crabby, she was tired, but she was out when she was out. Right? And her skin is getting better. Right? Your skin is getting better. She's almost always in a onesie. It's just so much easier. Alright, let's get your blankie. Let's see if we can get covered up. Yeah, look. Let me see. Yeah. Well, it's always gonna be your time. You wanna eat? You wanna eat? She likes this window. Loves looking out of it. Right? Yeah, you do. You love it. You love it. It's your favorite. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Oh, that yard. Ooh, ooh. So she's down for her morning nap. So I'm on the couch. I'm gonna get my computer so I can start editing a video and warm up my coffee because I want to warm it up. And then I want to do my makeup today. All right, guys. So I wanted to talk to you guys about something. So did I put? Yeah, I put my phone to charge. I've been feeling weird or like off, right? And I haven't really known the reason, right? And last night, like, God revealed it to me and just gave me perspective, and like now I know what I need to work on. So that's not dirty. I mean, that's nothing, like that's clothes for Plato's closet, so that's not trash piled up in my house. I gotta bring those for Plato's closet. Anyways, I have a story time on that, by the way, because I have to like reorganize all that stuff and go back over there because they're like brand new good stuff, and I know that they would take it, and they barely went through the bags, which annoyed me, because it's 3 bags and it took you less than 20 minutes to do it, and you had people before me. So I am going to do a video on that. I just found it funny. Anyways, So yesterday I was talking to a friend that she had a baby about 5 months ago, and I was talking to her and she was like, how are you? And typical response for anyone typically is, good, how are you? And I've learned to realize it's very passive, and it's a way to kind of not have an, it's a way you don't build a relationship that way. You don't learn things about yourself that way. So when I said good you, she responded with, I'm emotionally better now, and like a couple other things. But just that line, I'm emotionally better now, just like click something inside of me, and I'm just like, I'm going through something emotional. And it makes me emotional. But I'm going through like this really big transition of being a stay-at-home mom. And not that I don't want it, right? Not that I'm not feeling blessed to be able to see every single thing of my baby. And I'm really happy to, but I'm struggling with like not being a worker and not earning money right now, because with YouTube I make a little bit of money, but it's nothing. Like, so I was at a job that I made a good amount of money. Like, I made really good money and I never had to worry about things. And I never, like, I have my own debt and I had my own bills, and it bothers me, although my husband is really good and doesn't say anything about it. It bothers me now that we're like one, and my decisions of like certain debt that I've had from before is now like a responsibility for my family. And those are things that I struggle with still a little bit. And I struggle with transitioning from that mindset of being like a go-getter in the real world, because I am a go-getter still, but this is like a new territory of being a mom go-getter, of like being an entrepreneur go-getter. And it's the beginning of it, and it doesn't have much to show yet, but I know that if I keep working at it, I know that I will have more to show for it. So I need to just keep persistent at it. But being a stay-at-home mom is not easy. Like, it's draining taking care of a little one and literally being in the middle of something and constantly having to stop. I don't really cook like dinner until my husband gets home, because I don't want to be in the middle of cooking and then she freaks out. Like, I won't cook on the stove like holding her. And then I burn something. Like, those are just thoughts that come to my mind. So, and then cleaning and just doing things, like, it's mentally draining more than it is, well, it is physically draining too. Having to like be at someone's calling for like 24 hours a day. And I feel like, my husband does the best that he can, but I don't think that a man will ever unless he's a single father, will ever understand what it is to be at like another being's, like, what is it called, like being like their servant in a sense. And that's, I use that word just because I don't know what else to say, but I'm like here to serve her constantly, no matter what I'm doing. Any single thought, like when I'm away from her, I know that she needs to be served by me soon, like feeding her, or that I know that my husband might be having a hard time getting her calm. And sometimes, honestly, I'll be in the house and she's crying and he has her, and if I know that she doesn't need to be fed and he's taking care of her, I won't go, because I need to like let him like experience that a little bit. And he's typically pretty good. You know, it's been a couple times that I had to step in, but he's typically pretty good on just figuring it out. But yeah, I'm just having a tough time with that. Literally on Tuesday, I was like, well, I can wait a little, like a couple more months, and then I can put her in the daycare in the military, and like the daycare that they have on base, and I can go back to work. Like literally, that was a split thought in my mind, because it would be just a moment of like who I know that I am. Like, Judy has always been attached to her job type thing. Judy has always had money. Judy has always had um independence. And now that's not really who I am. So that's why my mind triggered literally on the second day of my husband being back at work, like, oh, maybe just a couple more months. But I know deep down I don't want that. I know deep down I want this, but it's hard. And I know that it's adjusting. But I've been leaning on God and really working on seeing what He has for me now, which is different than what I've ever seen before. And I know it's a new territory that I need to learn. And I beat myself up, to be quite honest, because my platform, my social media platform, has been something that I've been building for about 5 years now. And I always think to myself, what if I was consistent? I would have been at that level that I want to be right now. But I wasn't. But then I always think of that God's timing is perfect, and there was always, I've done things through those years that I know God needed me to do, whether it's with the people that I worked with, help them understand certain things and bring them to God. I have a good friend from work that I know that I helped many times, and I know that I wouldn't have known her or helped her understand herself if I wasn't there. I know that same thing with my husband. We wouldn't be here right now if it wasn't for the person that I was being, or the time that I took out, well, the time that I took out from actually posting. I wouldn't be exactly here right now. My life would be a little bit different because I would have made different decisions. I like unfolded that all in front of me right now. And this is where I realized I wouldn't have my husband and my daughter if anything was different. And it calmed me a little bit to know that if I made different decisions, I wouldn't be here. Which makes me feel okay. Now Anyways, I wanted to share that because I know that there's stay-at-home moms either starting to be a stay-at-home mom and they're struggling, or they are some stay-at-home moms that are just in a weird limbo like me. Whether they've been in it for a while or they're starting it. And although I don't have everything I want, I have everything I need, and my family doesn't go without. Like, we're in a strict budget, and I'll share that with you guys. I really don't mind because I don't have it all, but I have what I need. And I'm grateful that that's happening. All right. This was a little therapeutic for me, but I hope that helps someone. I'm gonna finish editing my video before she wakes up. My husband should be home soon so I can start cooking dinner. I have some chicken marinating from yesterday. And yeah, I'm gonna cook dinner. And I'll probably play around with my hair. And do my eyebrows. They're pretty bad. I gotta organize those bags too. So I'll do all that. Hopefully with the remainder of my day. That's my goal. So ultimately, I'm working on being okay emotionally. That's how I'm doing right now.